Argentina stats in World Cup 2022. Hi there, welcome to our channel Luxury World, the top source to choose the top luxury facts of the world, luxury travel facts, and learn the most critical luxury information for your mind refreshing. We'll demonstrate the Argentina stats in World Cup 2022 in today's video. Let's get started. It was simply meant to be. The image of Lionel Messi lifting the World Cup in the famous blue and white of Argentina will be etched in sporting history forever. It basically completes the set for Messi in terms of trophies acquired and somewhat ends the argument of who will go down as the greatest player in the history of football. But on a night where the Argentine magician broke the men's record for most World Cup matches played in overtaking Germany's Lothar Matthaus, this was far from a one-man show. Across the pitch, the South Americans dominated a beleaguered-looking France for most of the match. Angel Di Maria again showed his star power on the biggest stage, whilst newcomer Enzo Fernandez played like a veteran in the middle of the park. But out of nowhere it became the Mbappe show, with the 23-year-old netting twice to send the match into extra time. He and Messi then exchanged another goal apiece across the additional 30-minute period, but it was Argentina who held their nerve to come out on top in the ensuing penalty shootout to end one of the greatest matches in footballing history. On a night where Argentina claimed their third World Cup title, the Sporting News has dug into the data behind the game, with all the key stats and facts below. The first half. The breakthrough came from the penalty spot for Argentina. That decision meant that the South American side have been awarded 5 penalties at the 2022 World Cup, the most a side has ever received in a tournament. Lionel Messi duly converted and made plenty of history in the process. With that strike, he became the first player to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal, and the final in a single edition of the tournament. Since detailed records began in 1966, Messi became the first player in World Cup history to record 20 goal contributions. 12 of those have come as goals, the highest amount of any active footballer. Messi also joined Brazil's Ronaldo in becoming the first player to score 25 goals combined across the World Cup, European Championships, Copa America, and Africana Cup of Nations. Argentina then doubled their lead with one of the finest team moves in recent competition history, which was finished off by Angel Di Maria. That was just his third World Cup goal on his 18th such appearance for Argentina. All 3 have come in separate tournaments, however, which means that he became just the 4th Argentina to achieve that World Cup feat alongside Lionel Messi, Gabriel Batistuta, and Diego Maradona. That finish also means that Di Maria has remarkably scored in a World Cup final, Copa America final, Champions League final, Olympic final, and Copa del Rey final. Di Maria was arguably the star of the show in the first half, but Argentina's Enzo Fernandez also impressed. No player had more touches, played more passes, or made more successful tackles than him in the opening half of play. The first half came to a close, with France failing to either register a single shot or touch in the opposition's box. The first time a team has ever managed that feat in the first half of a World Cup final. France's struggles were compounded by the performance of star forward Kylian Mbappe, who recorded just 11 touches in the opening 45 minutes, the fewest of any starting player. The second half. France were up against it from the off as they attempted to regain control of the final. In the history of the World Cup, all 25 teams that had held a multiple goals lead at halftime had gone on to win their respective matches. That said, the European side only managed their first shot of the night when Mbappe lofted his attempt over the bar at 70-11. After leaving the pitch to be substituted in the 64th minute, Di Maria had created more chances, completed more successful dribbles, and had more touches in the opposition box than any other player during his time on the pitch. But just when all hope looked lost for France, star forward Mbappe came to life. His first goal saw him become just the second player in history to score in back-to-back men's World Cup finals alongside Brazil's Vava. His second came just 97 seconds later, as he became the first player to score a brace in a World Cup final since Brazil's Ronaldo in 2002. That brace also means that no player in history has scored as many World Cup final goals as Kylian Mbappe, despite him still only being 23 years of age. The 2-2 final score meant that 5 of the last 8 World Cup finals had gone to extra time. Other than Mbappe, arguably France's most important player came in the form of one of their first-half substitutes. That's because no player won more duels than France's Randal Kolo Muani across regular time in this World Cup final, for more than anyone else. Extra time and penalties. Lionel Messi has now scored more major tournament goals in men's footballing history than anyone else. Messi also became the first player to be directly involved in 10+ goals at a single World Cup since Diego Maradona in 1986. But again, it was a case of anything you can do, I can do, as Mbappe struck again to end his hat trick. As such, he became just the second player in World Cup history to score a hat trick after England's Geoff Hurst in 1966. Mbappe's third strike also meant that he's now scored 4 World Cup final goals, the most by any male player in history. After the stunning 3-3 stalemate, this final became just the 3rd World Cup final to be decided by penalties. Across tournament history, no side had won more than Argentina's 5 shootouts before it began. A 6th would soon follow. The wrap-up. Argentina take home the World Cup for the 3rd time in their history. They become just the 3rd male side to win the trophy on 3 or more separate occasions. The South American side also become just the 2nd side in history to lose their opening match, yet still go on to lift the trophy after Spain in 2010. Their 36-year wait since their last triumph in 1986 is the 2nd longest in history, with only Italy 44 from 1938 to 1982, ever experiencing a longer gap between winning 2 World Cups. Lionel Messi finishes one of the greatest ever personal tournament performances with his elusive title. He ranked first competition-wide for XG 6.58, assists, shots, and shots on target. Lionel Messi becomes the first player in World Cup history to win the Golden Ball title on 2 occasions. Argentina goalkeeper Emi Martinez becomes the first South American to win the official FIFA World Cup Golden Glove Award. He's now won all 3 penalty shootouts that he's featured in for Argentina. Meanwhile, Enzo Fernandez also completes the same feat in the FIFA Young Player of the Tournament award category. Argentina manager Lionel Scaloni becomes just the 3rd manager in footballing history to win both the World Cup and Copa America. He is now the 2nd youngest ever to win the World Cup. Overall, there were 172 goals scored at the 2022 World Cup, a new tournament record, overtaking the 171 that were netted in both 1998 and 2014. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more interesting and useful ones like it. We value your interest and look forward to seeing you at the following one.